KWOD 106.5, The Fix with Are We Ourselves. And before that, Soul Asylum with Misery. Their new album comes out tomorrow. And before that, In Spiral Carpets with Two Worlds Collide. And right now I want to play something that means a lot to me because of this weekend. Of course, I was in Washington, D.C. I actually got into Baltimore on Thursday and stayed there on Friday as well. But my favorite day was yesterday because I visited all the sites in D.C. I saw the Capitol, Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial, Smithsonian Museums. I saw the White House. It was all fenced off, so you couldn't go inside. And then Saturday was the big concert, radio station called WHFS in Washington, D.C., which is the alternative station. They threw a big festival at RFK Stadium, which holds like 65,000 people. And they said it was sold out, but most of the time it was just barely over half full. So that was kind of a weird vibe, but tons of good bands there. Shudder to Think opened it up, then Juliana Hatfield, Better Than Ezra, Bush, General Public, Courtney Love made a surprise appearance, but mostly to talk about Lollapalooza. And Primus, PJ Harvey, she kind of played in the rain. There was a thunder shower for about 45 minutes and they had to stop the show, but she came out and it got all wet and it was kind of like Woodstock at that point. And then Soul Asylum, crowd started thinning out, Tony Bennett played, then the Ramones. And I would have to say that the biggest response from the crowd and my own personal feeling as to which band was the most exciting that whole day was this one. There's Primus, KWOD 106.5, Green Day with Tired of Waiting for You, just after 1 o'clock with AC with more Batman Forever tickets on the way later on this hour. Right now, a song about trying to tell somebody about a cosmic experience, but they're just skeptical. It's called Starseed from Our Lady Peace on KWOD 106.5. KWOD 106.5, The Ghost in You from the Psychedelic Furs. Before that, Molly from Sponge, and the new one from Foo Fighters called This Is a Call. Their album comes out July 4th. And with me in the studio right now, it's David Conley, who's back on the Sound of Sacramento, and he'll be hosting it this Sunday night.
That's right, Alex, and I'm really glad to be back. I do want to mention all the bands out there. Please send us information as far as where you're playing, what nights, and where you're going to be, because we're going to give you all that information during the show, as well as some great music.
Well, Dave, here's the question that I don't know if you're prepared to answer, but who have you seen or heard of in Sacramento that really blows you away?
I have to tell you that right now my favorite local unsigned band, they do have a CD out, but they're unsigned, is Payo.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're super hot. And for all the people that were at Pearl Jam last night, this is a band that's kind of along the same lines in terms of the intensity of their music. They have little resemblances other than that, but the intensity of their music is actually that good.
Great. We'll check it out this Sunday night on the Sound of Sacramento. It comes on at 9 o'clock after Modern Rock Live, and we'll be right back with Mad Season. KWOD 106.5, hi.
Hi.
Who's this?
Sarah.
Sarah who?
Sarah Porter.
All right, Sarah, do you know much about indoor soccer?
No.
Do you know how points are scored?
In the goal?
Yeah, but like, what, do they throw the ball in the goal, or do they kick it, or what do they do?
They're swimming, right?
Swimming?
They kick it.
Yeah. So you're going to have a good time at the game, right?
Right.
You get to see the Sacramento Knights.
Okay.
And be sure not to sit near this one joker. He's got like this drum. You know, I think it's a snare drum, and he just beats on it. It's all boom, 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 every time something happens, and everybody has to, like, leave to the other side of the arena, you know?
Okay.
Because this dude thinks he's rallying the crowd, but, you know, people are all, stop! So,
I'll make sure to avoid him.
Okay, so have a good time at the game, okay, to see the Sacramento Knights.
All right.
And while more tickets coming up, but right now the church under the Milky Way on KWOD 106.5. KWOD 106.5 with AC in for Giles Hendriksen, and I'd have to say the weekend is just about here as we play some music for you that might just crack a smile. From MC 900 Foot Jesus, here's If I Only Had a Brain. KWOD 106.5 live with Selling the Drama, 7:40 in the morning with Alex and Ron in for Shawn and Jeff, who are actually on the phone right now.
How's it going?
Everything's perfect, man.
So what's
Well, it's kind of, I don't know, we're kind of a little groggy because we didn't get off the set last night till about 9 o'clock.
Wow. Okay,
But,
so
we got there
you're still
at
in
9
LA
a.m.
and you're still taping today, right?
We are still taping today. We head to the set. Our call is at 8:30 today, and it's going to begin with a tour of the different sets for Deep Space Nine and Star Trek, and then we're going to go to wardrobe and makeup and get set up for today's shooting.
cool? So what characters did you end up getting?
My name, I think, is like B.T. Bork, something like that, and Jeff is Jeff Smart.
Jeff Smart. That's almost a contradiction in terms.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the name of the episode? Have you figured out?
The name of the episode is Prime Factors.
In general, what's it about?
Well, basically, we're a race of aliens from the planet Sakaris, and it's a planet that the Star Trek Voyager ship stumbles upon, and they beam down, and it's basically a planet full of people that really enjoy pleasing other people. They get pleasure from pleasing other people, and
Hedonistic people.
they're basically just a race of orgy-loving people.
Wow. So you guys fit the role perfectly.
Yeah, we lay around on pillows and drink.
Wow. Do you get to beam anywhere?
Do we get a beam anywhere? No, we don't get a beam anywhere.
So what's the extent of your role?
Basically, we're a group. We're two of, like, what, Jeff? 24 aliens, something like that. About two of 24 aliens, and we basically about 20 aliens. 20 aliens. We're two of 20 aliens that live on this planet in this very high-tech little city that just loves to inflict pleasure upon people. And the way this works is we don't have any speaking roles, but we are, I don't know, like teacher's pet extras. It's like there's a lot of scenes that start with us in the very front of the camera talking or whatever, but you can't like hear what we're saying. Or there's different things. It's like we're like a major key in it, where we're sitting in the center of the screen while things are going on, and just things like that. I mean, there's not a speaking role, but
your background characters that make a difference.
exactly. It'll be one of these things where it's like when you watch it, you'll go, we're not man 1 and 2 in the distance.
Right. So we'll be able to recognize you? We'll recognize both of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So is there any, like, alien sex scenes?
Well, there's no sex scenes, but there are scenes that, we're lounging around with people on pillows.
So who's better, you or Jeff?
Actually, Jeff and I both probably had about equal screen time so far. Hang on, I'll let Jeff.
Okay.
Here's Jeff.
Jeff, you there?
Hey, greetings from the Delta Quadrant.
All right, Jeff Smart.
So you're like 75,000 light years away from here?
Something like that, yeah.
Wow.
Well, hopefully a little bit closer, because this is like episode 8, so you'd hope they've gotten at least 1 or 2 light years closer to home by then.
So this will run in, 5 to 6 weeks or what?
About 6 weeks, yeah.
Great.
So is this everything that you thought it would be? Is it just as fun, or is it a lot of hard work, or what?
Well, yeah, I guess that kind of depends on who you ask. For us, we're just like giddy stupid about the whole thing. It's nothing but fun for us. There are people who are doing the same thing we are. They're just, when do I get lunch? My hair itches. When can I go home? My shoes hurt.
Have you gotten to mingle with the cast very much?
Yeah, actually, one of the guys turned out to be really cool. The guy who plays Ensign Harry Kim, the actor's name is Garrett Wong.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool gentleman. He just came up and started talking to us and just BSing, and we're going to ask him if he's going to show us some of LA's seedy underbelly of nightlife tonight.
Wow, that ought to be fun.
So he might be the right connection to get, a permanent role on the show.
Yeah, right.
So how far away are you from signing the actual long-term contract right now?
Probably about 70,000 light years.
All right, well, you guys have a great time down there, and let's get back to a little bit of music.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, Shawn and Jeff, we will be talking with you Monday.
Have fun, guys.
All right, and good luck.
Thank you.
And this song is for both you guys, XTC with King for a Day on KWOD 106.5.
KWOD 106.5, that's no doubt doing Just a Girl. It comes from their latest album called Tragic Kingdom tonight. Opening the place up, the Eldorado Saloon at around 7:30. And we are now joined by Gwen Stefani.
Stefani.
Yeah. I'm so bad with these names.
That's okay.
Is this the first time you've been through?
No, we've been here a few times before, but we're stoked to be here. Every time we come here, it rains a hell of a lot. So. No slamming tonight, kids, okay? Keep it simple. Dance in place, maybe pogo, smile and clap. No slamming or stage floating or any of that kind of whatever.
Crazy do you encourage that, or do you just kind of turn around and say no? Because there's a great thing in your bio that says, because Gwen is the lead singer, how you can interact with the ladies of the audience, the females of the audience, more than you can, or more than other groups that just have guys in them.
Well, I think that we have a bonding thing going on, us and the girls.
So do you feel that?
Yeah, definitely. And I think at our shows, like, the girls really get involved just as much as the guys do. It's all, one big mosh pit or whatever you want to call it.
One big live party.
Exactly. Yeah.
So where do you come from? What musical background do you come from? Because it's so nice to hear the way that you guys come across is just happy, and there's no anger and angst, and it's just kind of nice.
Nice.
It's happy, it's party music.
Yeah. We've been together since 87. We were, 16, 17 years old when we started, and we were kind of imitating the music we loved, which at the time was ska music, and which is a really happy kind of music, But we've always been, striving to have our own sound. This record, I think, is really new wave influenced. We kind of looked at all those new wave bands we grew up with in the 80s and kind of had that as an influence for this record.
Now, does everyone have the same musical taste?
No, everybody has different influences, and I think that's why we have so many different kinds of styles in our music.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you guys have, is this the third record? The first big one with the first label?
This is our second official record. We put a record about a year ago. We put a record out on our own label called the Beacon Street Collection, and we kind of did that underground, behind people's backs. And this is our second official record.
And it's getting great response.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
With this following that you've picked up, what is it? What is the key to your success because the only thing I completely level, the only thing I know about you is what I've read here in the bio that the record company said, and there's a good little bit about how fans adorn your cars with no doubt tattoos. What does it say? Fans pass their cars with no doubt stickers, their bodies with no doubt tattoos, and they turn the band shows into one seething hyperkinetic party. What is that?
I think bios are always I don't know, they always end up sounding cheesy, but it's hard to write down what a band's about, because we're a really visual band. We're always been a live band, and I don't know, we just like to put a lot of energy into the show and put a show on, not just stand there, with our instruments and just, play music. We actually get physical and express ourselves up there.
In what sense? Do you dance around and just thrash around all over the place?
And I don't know, just you have to see it. Like I said, it's hard to describe it with words.
Just come out and see it tonight at the Eldorado
Exactly.
Saloon. We've sold out, so that's a really good news. You guys are first on the stage, starting at 7:30.
Be there early, man. Give yourself an hour for traffic.
Is it timing? Do you think this is kind of a little bit annoying in the sense that you release something and you think, yeah, this is it, and then you give it to the record company and they go, oh no, not now. A little bit later down the road. Has that happened?
Well, in reverse, our first album came out in 1992. On Interscope Records, and it was the same, even happier sound than this record. But at the time, Nirvana and Pearl Jam were getting really big and sad, and angst was in.
Right.
And we didn't fit at all, and the radio people wouldn't have anything to do with us.
They just wanted to keep Stir away.
Yeah.
Do you get angry at all, though? Do you find that you kind of get pent up?
I think the record, lyrically, there's a lot of anger and sadness in it. I think somehow we deal with our anger and sadness through humor, and I think that's what the music's doing. But if you really read into some of the lyrics on some of the songs, it's not just all happy, 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 There's a lot of feelings, and the record really reflects the times, because we had a couple really hard years. The past couple years were really bad.
Well, congratulations for getting where you are now.
All right. Thanks.
Hey, that's really cool. Thanks for coming.
us.
Hey, anytime. 7:30 tonight.
Right.
Excellent, inside the Eldorado Saloon. Do you want to pump the record? Shameless plugs?
Yeah, Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt. Anaheim, California.
Gwen, Tony, Tom, and Adrian, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight.
You're so sweet.
KWOD rocks.